Так, хлопці, дівчата, ми продовжуємо. Перепрошую за звук тихий в попередньому відосі. Я просто систему там перевстановлював. Не дуже поки налаштував все ідеально. Давайте подивимося фішечки.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
What a unique palate. We have unripe horror fruits, but we usually keep them in the back. I'll have someone...
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Roanoke, these two want to buy unripe horror fruits. Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You too. Please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't...
Так, там коди якісь, де вони? Шифр, усвідомлення. І сладкі фрукти гаю, носіть цвіток скорбі. Носіть цвіток скорбі, носіть сумерську розу. Миш клієнт, тігр, оріш.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru Rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
Господи, чистенький. Ну. Пожалуйста.
The seas are calm and the sky is...
Територію проходить задання «Отвергнута ігрушка». Що це таке? Воно є. Ага. Отвергнута ігрушка.
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the merchants. And everyone seems excited just to be here.
How did things...
All thanks to your artistic license. That's how. I should have made you wait until we got an update from Tant.
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed that the kids would like it. That's why we tried bringing it out for a test run today.
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
Whoa. Yeah, compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on. Hey there. Paimon's name is Paimon, and he's a traveler who is...
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome to Akara Crafts, the best what's bothering us is this prototype Aranara. To start with, could I,
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here? It looks like a mushroom monster to Paimon.
There we have it. The verdict is in.
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a prototype?
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in suit for the store's 20th anniversary. We plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the Aranara stories that kids know. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd anticipated.
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it, though. And I'm also...
This is not an Aranara. No way. I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the Ill Little Fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that.
Toys do look better when they're round. Uncle Tonder said in Aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the creator put his heart into it at all. It's nothing like an Aranara. Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh? Oh, sounds like one of those things that's easy.
Cassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
Oh, a positive review.
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it wasn't meant to be an Aranara.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all? Oh, this is such a shame. Why isn't Tanja...
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger, too. Who is it?
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here, and he wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something, and suddenly the children loved every one of his...
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories, too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we asked Tanja for guidance. But right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. They haven't returned. We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara based on our own imaginations. As you can see, this...
Oh, we have to... Hey! Since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanger? He doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just ask him to... please, if only to put a smile on the children's faces. And...
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. And... Yep, let's...
Такс. Ага. Ага, я зрозумів. Ну тобто можна... Це на потім. Нормально, тепер можна поговорити з типом.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right. Taken by mice means they sold out.
I'm sorry, but as things currently stand, we won't be able to fulfill your order. Why don't you two think that—
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look at the paper that Al-Haytham gave.
Before I retrieve your products, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the answer to erudition. Eating something that...
I'm sorry.
He's cautious of us. Let's take a...
Я хочу, типа...
Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring?
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumero city or Port Ormos style? I'm guessing that you're going for a more traditional packaging since this is your first time here.
Wait a sec. Sumero city style means we're only buying a few things. He won't take us to see Dory if we... He's cautious of us.
Да, блядь, Я хочу
Before I
знания,
retrieve
это же
you,
мало.
please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumero city or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your product. Okay. Everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the Matra! Run!
What? The matcha? Where? Al-Haytham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He probably got into the cooking pot. He ran that way! Look, he's over there! If you're hiding from the Wristland Tiger, come this way! Another password! Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right!
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse...
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure thought you'd look a whole lot scarier.
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, then you can forget that, but it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora that you've been involved in some
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed supposed to be a compliment, but
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent, so that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please, knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course. Go ahead.
wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble if the Matra caught her with all of it.
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons for buying. I can take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Teyvat have ever studied it, making it extremely rare.
Yeesh, who would want to be an expert in that topic?
Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Teyvat in the early Archon? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in
Ooh, now this sounds like it could be useful.
2 million mora, and it's yours. No
Whoa, that's a lot of mora!
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each knowledge capsule are indicated in...
All right, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
You've really got a good head on your shoulders and quite the eye for quality.
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My oh my, you are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are a rare breed. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more and more, you can pick any knowledge capsule of your choice up to a value of 1 million more.
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 mora. If we spend just a little more, we can get something worth 1 million mora. Isn't that a fantastic... Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, everything we bought aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent! Then please, select from this fine collection of...
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we choose the ones from over there?
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million mora each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find something to your liking.
Uh-oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An Introduction to Traditional Sumeru Brewing Techniques, The Art of Growing Spices, An Overview of Ancient Runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon. Whether it's canned knowledge or anything else you need, bring...
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
You two made it. And from the looks on your...
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port Orm.
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcha won't come here. Okay now, tell me how your encounter with Dory went.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the Knowledge Capsule that the Academia...
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer.
Yeah, he just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumero for a while now, but we still haven't found a way. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to the gods, we came here and...
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule. Use it, and you'll gain the wisdom of the gods.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the Dendro Archon? Ooh,
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right here, in Port Ormos.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the Divine Knowledge Capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within may bring great power several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is still no victor. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed to reach a tentative agreement with several. I agreed to forego ownership of the Divine Knowledge Capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from Ain al-Ahmar. They adamantly believe that the Divine Knowledge Capsule contains the Scarlet King's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the Academia tarnish their deity's soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. To that end, they've resorted to many methods more foul, so I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me. The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid, and the prize will be covertly given to the winner. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the mantra's notice, the winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory. Unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board...
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out where the
Yes, you can say that. But this arrangement harms not. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the Divine Knowledge Capsule's whereabouts. If she has no information, wait 2 days and approach her again. If I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay, then we'll meet up in 2 days.
Haytham, before you go, we actually bought a knowledge capsule for ourselves, but
You two want to try using a knowledge capsule? Sure, I can. Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though.
Реально матриця. Прикольно, прикольно. Так, що там?
All right, this place works.
here.
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find.
Really? Yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, effects will likely be minimal if you already possess a high amount of strength. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. One before using this knowledge capsule, and one after. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical parameters. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry, I'll run statistical analyses.
Wow! Haytham! You must have been one of those guys. Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academia, right? So, why are you risking...
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity. This.
Sounds like you're trying to avoid...
All right, let's begin the test. Just fight as you know. All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge cap. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection with it so you can activate it.
Nice.
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2. Fight with the same composure.
can run, but you can't hide.
Now, I'll start recording data.
Oh, Hatham, how's it going?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability. During the second fight, his overall fighting performance increased by 0.07.
Wait, how much? Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us! 1 million mora? This thing isn't worth a tenth of that!
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems increasingly worth my— I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is Mora for when you ask Dory for information. Pay her as much as she requests.
Такс.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where the divine knowledge cap—
Yep.
Here, over here! Oh, welcome back, my loyal patrons. What can I do for you this time? You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need. I'll find a way to get it. Where there's—
Can you really get us anything we want? And
Huh. So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please oblige me. Tell me what you have in mind. Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours would undoubtedly crave something more, but you know, that kind of information— After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker, I would be in big—
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious how you just happen to have this kind of info the moment we need it.
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must always be aware. As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Misery, the leader of Ain el-Ahmar.
Ain el-Ahmar? You mean the Aramite?
Ah, so you're already familiar. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. After all, they believe that Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. You can look for yourself.
Thanks for the info, Dory.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were—
Well, we figured out where the divine knowledge capsule is. Turns out, it ended up in the hands of Ain el-Ahmar. Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham.
All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the
Look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites transaction. But that, all right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain al-Ahmar. And the glowing, in which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week, we should be able to force them to...
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain al-Ahmar guys. But now, it sort of makes sense. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us the divine knowledge capsule.
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the afternoon of the arranged date. See you then.
Oh, Hatham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the pier in front of Faros Lighthouse.
Yep, let's go.
Let's go! Ну, не повірите, я тільки що навчився нормально пересуватися у Genshin. Просто, вам треба бігти якось, а потім спамити прыжок. Бо якщо ви просто, то ви перестаєте бігти. Треба зажати Shift, починаєте дефолтно бігти, а потім вже спамити. Охеренний лайфхак. Я просто бачив, як це роблять, і не розумів, як вони про це. Я думав, що вони в момент шифту нажимають прыжок, і знову в момент шифту, і так це таймлять. Але ця фігня дуже багато стаміни забирає. А тут прямо майже так же швидко, і стаміну майже не жре. Охереть. Ну, трошки жре, але, це ж зовсім інша справа.
Oh, Hatham. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also brought some backup.
Backup? Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out? I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Get 'em, boys, Сурка!
Uh-oh, here they come.
Good luck. А як щодо трошечки націоналості? Трошечки. Трошечки націоналості. О, катсцен.
Academia scum! Boss! Finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss?
Abomination.
Boss! Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection, now.
Target acquired! Arrest him!
Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away!
Він щось забрав. Він капсули забрав, я так розумію.
World, forget me.
О май гад.
What in Tibet just happened? It's like that big...
It looks like he used the divine knowledge capsule.
You mean the divine knowledge capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after getting knowledge from Irminsul?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation. This divine knowledge capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom, or did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the divine knowledge capsule back too. But still, Paimon didn't expect the divine knowledge capsule would be so dangerous. Imagine if we tried to open it.
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe our collaboration has also...
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the divine knowledge capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member of the Academia...
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Most of the time, you wouldn't know she exists at all. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to
Everything about Lesser Lord Kusanali...
I'm heading back to the Academia. How about...
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, Alhaitham. Until we meet again.
Until we meet again. Let's go.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
Блін, тупо ніштяк.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
Ну тут атмосфера в Сумеру прямо казкова. Реально, дуже прикольно.
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday. Indeed. The festival's tomorrow. We've been preparing for so long that I can't...
There's no need to be nervous. Paimon's sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel everyone's gratitude.
Thanks, Paimon. I hope that everyone who comes to the festival will also have a good time. Speaking of which, did you manage to make your way to Port Ormos? Discover anything over there?
Of course we went. A lot of things happened there.
I see. Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure. If there is another chance, I would love to join.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Dia! You were eavesdropping!
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's going on around my employer is part of the job.
It's all right, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know better than to think my body could handle it. The festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you. So, Dia, please take some time to relax.
Even when you put it that way, it still doesn't feel right.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, and many no-good scumbags are gonna try to take advantage of that.
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your long journey back to the city. I've already prepared a room for you to rest. Please follow me.
Whoa, you're so thoughtful. Paimon's so...
Welcome.
Here we are. It's also fairly close to where
It looks really nice.
Not at all. Just tell me more about your adventures when you next get the chance.
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon could tell you stories next time.
Oh, if you don't mind, how about we all walk around together tomorrow? All of my friends will be working the festival, and Dia is still insisting on her covert protection.
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering.
Then let's meet at the nearby bazaar first thing tomorrow morning.
It's a deal. Good night, Dunyarzad.
I may be too excited to fall asleep tonight. See you.
Paimon started to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival too. Will there be lots? Oh no. Thinking about food is just gonna keep Paimon up all night. The earlier we sleep, the better. Let's go. Did we oversleep? We should go meet Dunyarzad right away!
Мені тут нагадала Horizon. Кімнату. В Horizon Zero Dawn, там де Лока така була.
Traveler, Paimon, I've been waiting for...
Good morning, Dunyarzad! We must have overslept a little bit.
Not at all. I arrived early. Today is finally here. I must cherish every moment.
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest.
You know it. Oh, it's just that, as expected. I had some... Well, shall we? Let's start with the stalls over there. Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event, and they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They pay for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way!
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruit? It's all vegetarian stuff. Oh, Paimon's a little disappointed. So, what's the
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their tables. Generally speaking, the most common selections were foods like rukashifa mushrooms, lunar lotuses, Sumera roses, sunsetias, capulatas.
So, the Sub-Zero Festival is a
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Wait, but if that's the case, if Sumero uses then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food like roasted fowl, juicy... Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlan as soon as possible!
I hope your wish comes true one day,
Thanks! Alright, how about we also check out some of these
Dear customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical
What's alchemical divination?
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious craft invented by none other than...
So, how does it work?
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
Sure sounds random. So random that it will probably fail.
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner here will interpret the remnants.
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate.
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it? Are you guys working together?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. So...
Так, ну давайте цю штучку дамо. І конський хвост.
Okay, one moment. It's the moon.
Paimon wants to take a look too. Is it?
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, I remember now. It means illusions and lies.
Illusions and lies? That sounds rather...
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is up to you to forge your own ending.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay.
They say the Sub-Zero's festival was very lively a long, long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's dance of Sub-Zeros would be just as impressive.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalta Candies.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat.
Hey, it's Dunyarzad! Wow!
Miss Dunyarzad, the children love you even more than they... In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zero's festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
The Hallowed Knight of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, I commend you on your contributions to the glorious Sub-Zero's festival. All right, little soldiers, take your Yalta Candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dismissed!
Yes, Knight Ferris!
Just what is going on here?
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zero's festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past, the actor portraying Ferris would also sit on a flower carriage.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make such wonderful memories today.
As are we to you, Vihar.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalta Candies? They're a festival staple, and I happen to have some boxes ready here.
Whichever one. Don't these boxes all look the same?
That is the fun part. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia.
Ooh, those all sound pretty good.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Huh? What's up with those two flavors?
Oni kabuto is a little spicier than lizard tail.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before? Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants the sunsetia flavor. It's all right. Paimon believes in you.
I also believe in your intuition.
Great. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
3 в голову.
Attention! That's unfortunately lavender melon.
Oh, Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck. But
The sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that everyone has a good time at the festival.
Really? Thanks a lot, Knight of Candies.
It's Night of Flowers, not Night of Candies.
Paimon really wilted the carriageless Night of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep going.
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left something behind. Can you come with me to get it?
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited about the Sub-Zeros.
Helen.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was such an early...
I know, right? Hey.
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
Those Eremites don't look like they're up to any...
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis hired you.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but... I wonder...
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
You're... Dia! Dia the Flame Mane! No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for so...
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started working with her as gratitude.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will expose themselves for what they really are.
Aren't your claws all dull by now? Don't get...
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe location.
No, we're gonna stay and help. There's too many of them. You're right.
Please be careful, Dia.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself. Have...
Dunyarzad, are you okay? You look a little pale.
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia. After all, none of this would have happened if I hadn't...
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, Traveler, found ya.
Dia! You took care of them so
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
Dia, your arm.
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally, they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but I'm still getting used to this new greatsword.
Please, let me take a closer look.
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword.
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on Mora.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparation?
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry. I'm not gonna lose my commission because I made my...
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect your commission, but selling her weapon without permission and getting hurt?
You're so unreasonable.
Thank you very much, Dia.
Don't be like that. I get it.
Are you feeling unwell again, Dunyar?
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere to rest?
Truly, I'm sorry for the trouble.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes, much better. Just give me a few moments, and I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Can't believe it's Elazar!
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure. The disease's progression...
Dunyarzad!
There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar, and I came to terms with compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this. Its effects on my life have been much. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment for me, so that I can live for that much. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of... Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and stare at everything. I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to meet and speak with, not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. The joy on everyone's faces here, and all the support I've received from this way. When my final day does arrive, at the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world, right?
As long as you don't forget Paimon, Paimon also won't forget about you. No, even if you forget Paimon.
Thank you two so much. I apologize for the To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't for her encouragement, I wouldn't have taken that first step. Thanks. There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is... Oh, right! Isn't it almost time?
Huh?
Isn't the dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? It's the part Nilu will recreate that legendary scene with her most splendid dancing. And with that, my wish will...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go to...
Yeah, we should...
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place without prior permission?
Over there! Someone's yelling!
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage.
But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zeros Festival.
The Sub-Zeros Festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. Only the Academia can host such an event. If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise.
How? The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zero's festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years. I need to speak with them. This is a hard pill to swallow, but you're right.
Art, dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge? Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to
No! I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts. Even the god—
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyargarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will announce it to the public later via the
Understood. I will inform him when
The Sub-Zero's Festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Nilu, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad. You all saw that just—
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere the Academia can't find us and perform there. But how do we let everyone know? Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance. No. They just threatened to—
Nilu, it's all right. Don't worry about—
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zero so much. And I know how important—
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings, it would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zero's festival at this point. I don't—
If you say so. But you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zero's festival, right?
The next one. Yes. Okay. It's a promise.
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
It really is okay. Still, I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets.
A lot happened today. Nilu and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success. But yeah.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable framework possible. The project has entered its most critical phase. Power has begun to flow from...
Oh, we're gonna be late! It's all because you and... We should go meet Dunyarzad right away! Good morning, Dunyarzad. Sorry we're late.
Not at all. I arrived early.
You seem kinda tired.
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the...
Sure! Traveler? Ooh, they're selling food over that way! Let's go take a look!
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmail.
You are quite well informed.
They're all plants! Actually, what is...
It's one of the Sub-Zero's festival's traditions. People used to set their tables
День
with 7 different
Сурка,
foods to
День
symbolize the
Сабзеруса.
7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Appear to be in the form of the moon.
Really? I thought it looked like
The moon signifies... It's escaping me for now.
Is he really looking at...
Oh, Right. But if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears...
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. So, where to next?
All right, soldiers. Now that you have your Yalta Candies...
Yes, Knight Ferris!
What's going on?
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers.
Oh, do you want some Yalta Candies?
What's to pick?
It's not that simple.
Ooh, how...
And there's also Lizard Tail.
What are the... Traveler, help...
Great! These boxes of candy are numbered... Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Paimon bet you had incredible luck, and Paimon was... Huh? How's that possible? It's obviously random. Maybe we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Oh, sure.
Huh? Where are you going? A feeling of deja... Oh, Paimon knows what that is. It's when you feel like you've already... In that case, Paimon also felt something like that today. So, why'd you run here in such a hurry? So that's it. You're intentionally doing things you usually would...
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like to eat? Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but I gotta say, you've got good
Coconut charcoal cake? Isn't it that burned thing? Oh, Paimon understands what you're trying to do now. You'd never... That thing? Isn't this going a bit too far? How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tasted awful. Then, you mean... That's impossible! We were just talking So, would this be a case of taste bud deja vu? Paimon also gets the impression that we've been here many times, even though we aren't regulars. How about... is sitting by yourself on that bench over there. What a coincidence, Dunyarzad. We meet...
Oh, I ran into some kidnappers just now, but thankfully Dia came...
Kidnappers? Oh my goodness, are you hurt?
I'm okay. Dia's arm got scratched, but it isn't serious.
Whew. That's a big relief. But Dunyarzad, you seem a little down today.
Not at all. I've always been like this. Excessive physical. Besides, no matter how amazing today may be, it is but a single day. After however many more days, my time will come to an end.
Paimon doesn't quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
It really is fine. I don't mind. Huh? Did some...
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt deja vu? You know, like...
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were feeling deja vu, I suppose...
Oh, Paimon sees. Then...
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for what?
Nilou's Dance of Sub-Zerus is about to...
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be... When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyagarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will...
Understood. I will inform him when I return.
The Sub-Zeru's festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god.
Nilou, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad. The Grand... It's okay.
But you've been really looking forward to...
It truly is unfortunate, but I don't want to cause trouble for...
True, but...
the next festival.
Wait, what did you just...
No, nothing. I'll be heading back to rest.
Paimon can't believe what those heartless geezers did! Did Dunyarzad already... So, in the end, you still couldn't figure out what that day... Maybe it really was because of exhaustion. Same here. That's why Paimon stopped thinking about it Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chalk things up to exhaustion. We can do more thinking tomorrow.
Observing a modest drop in the output of jnana energy, but values still remain within normal parameters.
Continue to monitor the variances in the data and find the cause as soon as...
Why does Paimon feel so tired after so much sleep? Anyway, we should go meet Dunyarzad, right?
Not at all. I arrived early.
Huh? Paimon thinks you sound kinda tired.
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry.
Great idea! Let's get going! Traveler? Hey.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can enjoy the Sub-Zerus festival. Oh, are you interested in Yalta Candies? I have some boxes of
Not much of a choice. All these boxes look the same.
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random
They are?
And there's also lizard tail and...
Huh? What were the...
No problem. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want? Oh, I like your confidence. No hesitation at all. Oh,
Paimon knew he always had incredible luck. Paimon's not really interested in the other flavors.
Wait. How did you know?
What? He was right about all of
That couldn't have been luck. How is this possible? I packed all those boxes this morning and they've been sealed ever since. You couldn't have known beforehand. Mind reading? X-ray vision? Or some kind of magic trick?
Tell us what's going on! Since when did you get superpowers? Traveler? Hey, where are you going? What's going on? Did you see something? Us leaving Dunyarzad without letting her know is kind...
Lesser Archon. Let's go. Lesser Archon. Let's go.
What are you looking for? Traveler? That's... Look! That's... Isn't that Dunyarzad? What's happening here? Why are there 2 Dunyarzads? You already know that this isn't your first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you? I'm sure you already know how to use this. A knowledge capsule? Where did you get it? What's inside? You should use it too, Paimon. You know Paimon? Well, this seems kinda sketchy, but... What the... This is our 20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival? Huh? No. Have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even realized. What the heck was inside that knowledge capsule? Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first time we've met, and I answered that question a long time ago. Let Paimon think. Oh, it's coming back. Meeting you was the real catalyst for restoring our memories, And the Knowledge Capsule was just your means of showing our minds the way. What about everyone else?
Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you two received the blessing of Dendro, and you also have special, sensitive constitutions. It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories from your consciousness. A familiar question. I think this is the 7th time you ask. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. The Dunyarzad you were just with is different. That first Dunyarzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left. Looks like you're almost done sorting out your brain. Oh yeah, I'm Nahida. Good, you passed the test.
What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem like you know what's going on. Oh, wait.
Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called the samsara. You, me, and everyone ask for the truth. That's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would literally blow your minds. I can only give you surface level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the rest of the time, I'll be doing all I can to slow...
She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness...
If we can break out of the samsara, I might be able to save her. But as things are right now, she's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay her fall.
You sure love to use weird analogies.
Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing... Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
Чого? Вообще, так.
What's happening right now seems to have happened before. This feeling has been getting stronger and stronger. We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara. That should be it. The flow of time is endlessly cycling within one single day. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on? The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean? The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more? That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think. The Grand Sage said, go That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through. That doesn't sound right. What's happening right now seems to have happened. That should be it. We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times, and that should be it. My mind feels exhausted. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. The Grand Sage said, ghosts. The moon, illusions. What's happening right now seems to have happened before. The Grand Sage said, go sell. My mind feels. What's happening right now seems to have happened before.
A time loop. You've given similarly wrong answers. Still the wrong answer? Paimon thought that made a lot of sense. A simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena. You two are still missing a lot of information. Dunyarzad! The Sub-Zeru's festival is happening every day, but that doesn't mean we can waste an infinite amount of them. Hurry. Let's think about our current situation. To save Dunyarzad, we have to... And to do that, we need to figure out what's happening. Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop, so... we must have Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but... let's go talk to people again. It's...
Hey, it's you guys again. I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products. Huh? What brought this about? I hurried back from...
To put it another way, if you really...
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumero? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream.
He actually has a point. Is this a dream? Is everyone dreaming? True. It's so weird. Anyway, if this all really were just a dream, we would have woken up...
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person? Ooh, I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is highly accurate. You just hadn't...
You're really excited about this, huh? That's a...
help you better
So, you're admitting that you don't have a clue?
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into? Huh? Hold on a second. I thought you guys just lost your... What you just said... Are you serious?
Paimon knew you weren't going to believe it.
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination.
When you say it like that, the divination does sound like it's related to what's going on.
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything, the book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is just fortune-telling. We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to? Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again? Yeah, if we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a at this time of day, Dia's
I'm fine, my lady. It's just a scratch.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous Huh? You saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If someone was protecting Miss Dunyarzad, I could have went all out.
You want the traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnappers around. Did Paimon get that right?
How did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And then she was injured because she wasn't used to her new weapon.
Tell her, traveler!
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just now, you literally took the work—
All right, so this is the situation.
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type, but we do have basic
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything.
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh? At first?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about.
My lady, are you angry? All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick trip.
Nahida! We brought a friend! Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where and who are you talking?
Huh?
I told you that you two are special. Other people can't see.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
Wow. How perceptive. Does she have invisible antennae?
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't she? How's she do?
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma. How did you know she—
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of—
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival has been So, you think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, The Academia's sages are the only... Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know. Right! Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule?
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire pop...
A gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the gnosis of Sumeru's Archon.
So, this Nahida you mentioned.
She said, and Paimon quotes, "The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom."
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait. I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire populace is...
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha? Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. What do you...
People in Sumeru don't dream. That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through. Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too. What's happening right now seems to have happened before. Okay, Nahida... That doesn't sound right.
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, my head... When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from us? Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there? We don't know any specifics.
What's the point of doing something like...
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn this hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't crack.
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive...
In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
Yeah, I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my word.
How does everyone feel? Huh? What is it? Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's...
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler, did you hear that?
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep, but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head. We took off our Akasha terminals.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties. But we cannot lose all of our progress.
remembers everything!
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
We definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that? But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something. Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants?
It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about your...
I guess I'm the moon.
The moon? Wasn't that the result of our...
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any...
Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should...
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Dia!
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get hurt this...
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs. Shh! How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please.
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new... It's as if I've already used it to fight a countless number...
You're saying that although you don't remember using it, your body feels like...
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get...
Traveler, what do you think? Yeah, Paimon's feeling really hopeful. Oh, you're right! Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still dangerous here.
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around, right?
How did you know what I was gonna say? Can you read...
Forget it. It's finally nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems... Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kid. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad?
Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
Hey, what kind of an answer is that?
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience... How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one...
Okay, no more! Paimon's brain is already shut down.
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety...
Hold on, what did you...
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why...
it's so strange and so against common sense that... Paimon's at a loss for words. You were sounding kind of smart just a minute ago. Yeah, even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've really got...
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these sacrifices are trivial.
We're still in the same day! Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the samsara? Why did you tell us?
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your...
Paimon thought that Duke did that! Whatever. Guess you were looking out for us after.
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe...
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense me. In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory? Oh yeah, you're right! Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical conditions should also reset.
So, what's your new hypothesis?
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory, and Dia was able to use her experiences to avoid injury in later samsara cycles. I can't... If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive the same day again and again. If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive the same day.
Oh! Then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the... That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next... But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better.
A brilliant deduction.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or...
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
That isn't simple at all!
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Right! She did help us find our latest clue after all.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't...
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate.
Well, you're still getting used to your new...
Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... Wait a second!
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it. Oh, that works!
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
And I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
Right! They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish It's not very likely, but it's also not—
No, it is impossible.
You have proof?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
And the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to—
Is it really impossible? What if they use some fancy machine to—
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat. Whew, I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory all— But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime. Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now? Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately. Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought— Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired? How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving— early today. Did you find something new? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. Leaving the city. As far as I remember— We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened? Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never— But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, Not really. That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories. Yep, something here is definitely fishy. Let's... Our memories are back! About that... Well... Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay, let's go!
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just what?
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the academia already announced the lockdown first. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave this?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info...
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry! Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But what if things get really weird out there? Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together. Okay. Paimon, promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. And please. Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon that... Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think... Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day! Okay. Paimon will forgive you. Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of... I see. Using two people's... After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you... disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was... What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this? I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? sounds like something big outside, but this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of...
Yep! Now we're talking!
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha?
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that...
To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can...
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now. Let's go then. Let's expose those sages. All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But okay, see you tomorrow. That covers everything that's happened so far.
Yes, although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive...
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages to...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space, but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it...
There's another part here. I only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now! Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What the...
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from...
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said, even the final...
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic? That doesn't sound right. Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real... All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack... That doesn't sound right. My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Dude, Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over so no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a... Hey! Where are you? Do you want some alone time to think?
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad?
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time we're gonna...
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the Okay.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence. Those spaces remind me of dreams, like the one I had in the Avidia Forest, except these have no sign of human presence. People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was... So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace.
That doesn't sound right.
The Akasha relies on the power...
That doesn't sound right.
And it grants knowledge to the people.
That doesn't sound right.
It is the manifestation of...
Oh, okay. those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're... In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wit.
So in other words, the complete opposite of how Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of..." That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared.
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get...
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Alright, last question.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny, thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about hearing. You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this, instead your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you... Firstly,
This dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara. That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them, so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia Forest, but couldn't see what it was.
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendril can a person gain the Dendril element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so,
we might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can talk, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with. Like,
people's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing!
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday?
Even you don't know the reason?
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know any traveler. Do you have any information?
The Grand Sage said,
celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean... deceiving the people of Sumera with no regard for their safety? No matter what they're trying to do, after we end the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back?
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real...
A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good... Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have...
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way, so that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still far from it. I'm still a long way off from... I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero's festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida.
I'm not beating myself up.
All I did was to ration.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons...
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do...
Although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So...
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can...
Imagination?
What? Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when a server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind. And the server really will bring you gold and more. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food. Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, and even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake asleep.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for... As for me...
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the
Yes. I want to try something. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far. She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was, saving Dunyarzad is what, but we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's bring... Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this dream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no? Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other... So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense! Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a simp. Let's go ask him some...
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine, just... it's a little hard to...
An experiment? That came out of nowhere.
Could you... make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's...
Less questions! More wishing!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so... I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or...
So, you have a crush...
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me... What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're
What?
Faki? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalta Candies per person. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need...
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her.
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the... Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you. You... fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup.
Nice and spicy!
Riptide! You're mine! Yeah! 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 You can run, but you can't hide!
Traveler? Were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyar's. She said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She put, yeah. Even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for... Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
Да, прям накрутили цілий фільм
This was only a
просто.
temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it? Wow, Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival, she must have wanted to give this to us as a gift. If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey, where are you off to now?
Yep.
puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Denyerzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Denyerzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation. The Grand Sage has already granted you.
Oh. Traveler? You don't have to get involved.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the Academia, that... Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the Sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all—
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice.
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of...
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird. Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, it's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real... So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was... But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware. How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the sub-
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made, as far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream.
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the dead.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if his wife lying next to him said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can. The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sub-Zeros.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the long. Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we Paimon thinks it was at the Sub-Zero's festival. Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero samsara? Quick, take off your Akasha terminal. She's not in her room. What happened? Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're...
Oh, a Traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing. I just had a dream. And I saw Niloop.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by...
Тут все здається таким близьким просто.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right. After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible, but it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it had. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end! And not a moment too... Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing humans. Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently. Alright, you two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I learned at the Avidia Forest there was this incense that made the Traveler fall unconscious. And dream you also heard someone's voice, right? It said world. And yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about. It seems like the Traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she... As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable. A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from the Scarlet King. The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracy. Okay, so what does the message... I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it. So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! Is it big? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, the Traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at decipher. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, Well, to be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness. How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Just theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet. Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of... That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing. So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them? In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that and try to live up to every once in a while. I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that, there has never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line. I wonder what caused them to go down this path. And even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sub-Zero samsara, I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to... I think they're deliberately trying to hide something. Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Kainari to... Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming. You mean how the Akasha stops you from having... Yeah, it's been such a long time. It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, misdirection? The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their... Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams. Got it! I hope my answers were satisfactory. See, to be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero samsara in the immediate... Go and get some sleep. Leave everything... What a relief.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I...
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought...
I see. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better...
Так, хлопці, дівчата. Такі справи.